Hey beer fans, my name's Steve Shiger and this is a BeerNative live review. I probably have nobody watching, but I kind of don't care. This is just a novelty that I'm hopefully going to keep doing. And if I get more people following me, hit the subscribe, give me a thumbs up, do all that thing, then maybe we can make this an interactive beer tasting kind of community, which would be awesome. The more people watch beer reviews, the more people learn about great beer, and the more we grow the community and we grow the beer industry, and it's generally a fun thing. In this one, though, I'm doing a head-to-head, which is pretty cool. Let me show you who's going head-to-head and to introduce in this corner. Pompelmocello. I Italianized that, didn't I? Juicy Grapefruit Sour IPA. Yeah, very nice. 4 pounds. I got this direct from Siren. But let's quickly check out who's in the other corner. Ooh, Brewdog's Grapefruit Graceland. And I've got both of them just behind me in the beer fridge. But let's talk a little bit about the stats, because I love stats. The Siren Pompelmocello weighing in at 6%. It is a Ekuanot, Bravo, and Mosaic mix, which is quite interesting. Given they're going for grapefruit, Ekuanot has like a aromatic profile, which has like green pepper and lime and stone fruit and all sorts of things, but definitely distinctively not on its flavor profile is grapefruit. I'm not sure what they're doing there. Bravo is more kind of earthy, and then Mosaic's probably bringing the grapefruit, right? Kind of odd. In terms of the OVERWORKS Grapefruit Graceland, let me roll down to the brew sheet. You know, for Brewdog, Cascade, right there, Chinook, Citra, and Simcoe, all over the brew sheets for Brewdog. So they must just have stacks of that stuff laying around. They just chuck in everything. But the whole melon is different. So maybe I'll catch that. So there's some interesting hop varieties. Now I'll start on reverse order for Brewdog's malt profile. Munich, pale wheat, and caramel, which is, I would say, depending on how much malt is in what, a little bit heavier. And then down here, we go all the way down to there, all the way down. Kind of hard to read. Lager, wheat, and malted oats. So I'm expecting the Siren to look different from the Grapefruit Graceland, or the Brewdog. And to taste different as well. But the kind of weirdo wild card that I noticed in the description over here on the Overworks is, let me find it, aged in foeders. And if you're thinking, what on earth is a foeder? It's actually from a French word, so foudre. You'd think with a French last name I would know how to say that better. It's a giant big old barrel, right? It's a big old oak barrel, like freaking huge. There's a really good picture down here. These poor bastards trying to roll this thing in, messing it all up. But it's huge, just a gigantic. Does that make it better? It's a great novelty for marketing. Who knows, right? Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. No idea. But if it's made of oak, which I believe it is, typically that is going to have a significant influence on the taste and potentially even the color, darkening the color. And if you like Chardonnay, I don't know, do people like Chardonnay? I'm okay with Chardonnay, but an unoaked, it's one of the most distinctively oaked versus unoaked kind of white wines. If you have an oaked one, it's like ba-boom. It hits you like on the palate like you wouldn't believe. It is significant to the flavor. So I'm expecting a maltier, oakier, yet grapefruity thing on the Brewdog side, and something quite light and zesty and interesting, maybe even lime, and so lime or like, what was the other one I said? The green pepper is a strange Ekuanot one on Pompelmocello. I don't know. Oh, one little caveat. There is adjuncts in both. They've got lactose for mouthfeel on the Pompelmocello, and they also have grapefruit zest, and I believe even grapefruit juice added. And on the Overworks side, they have grapefruit and orange zest. So they're both like punching it. 7% versus 6%. It's going to be a bit of an amplification on terms of the Brewdog side. I don't know. Let's get them out of the fridge. They've been chilling nicely for a long time, about a week ago. Impatiently waiting for their moment in the sun. Here's that one. It's real. I wasn't lying. And then there's the weird one. I haven't really commented on the price yet. Back to Steve. The value for money is wildly in favor of the Pompelmocello. £4 each is £16 for 4. And if we look at the Overworks, $17.95 for 4 bottles. So I'm getting less for more. Is it going to be better? That much better? Let's find out. All right, I'll leave that up there. Let's pop each. I've got my opener here. Let us return back to full screen if I can figure that out. There it is. There we go. Just me now. Let's try this out. That's hardcore. Let's pop the siren. I should have some kind of siren sound effect that goes off. So I would say I'm getting less off this. I'm getting an indication that my stream is not sending as much as I would like. This is why I'm doing these things, you know. I'm trying to work it out. Hopefully it just buffers and catches up. That would be nice if it worked that out. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep plowing through. You can't rely on the internet these days. All right, so I'm going to pour that. I've got a siren glass, so it's got a glass advantage. And there's the siren. Nice little frothy head, a bit soapy. Kind of a lager malt there. I expected it to be paler, and it is in fact paler. It's not giving me that, ooh, big juicy number. It's giving me the, hey, this is going to refresh the crap out of you, buddy. That's what I'm getting off that. So let's put that down here and put that aside. I normally drink out of the can. We'll sneak that. Oh, ever get a sour that just hits the cheekbones? It just did that. All right. I'm getting distracted by the fact that and there is the dog. Now, it's a little hazier, right? I'm just going to wait to see if it clears up. I don't think it is, though. And it is darker, but barely, right? There they are side by side. That's got the sun on its back, so let's flip that around. It's like hazy versus non-hazy of the same color. Let's give it a smell. And I'll sip. All right. I've heard a variety of reviews from colleagues and friends and other beer lovers that say it's not necessarily, some like Siren, some like the Overworks. That's essentially what it came down to. But most like the Siren, so I'm already biased. I told them to try and bias me in advance. So I'm going to give this a little sip now and I'm going to see what I think. And what I liked about the Siren review, and I'll flip back to that briefly, which gave me a bit of enthusiasm and amusement. Fade over. See that. Not a huge fan of sours, but this is very good. So that's the kind of thing that makes me feel I might like it. All right, we're going to start with Siren. Is it better to be first or last? Who knows? I seriously hope this works. I wonder how people do normal like live streaming all the time, because it told me I had an amazing connection when I started, and now it's just telling me my connection's garbage. I don't know why. Nothing else is running on my computer, so not got a clue. Maybe I'll just delete this and do a proper one. but it's genuinely very, very sour. It hits the cheekbones. I don't know that I'm catching grapefruit though, right? That's the whole point, isn't it? Like I'm squeezing a grapefruit into my mouth. Kind of. It's less juicy and more grapefruit zesty. I think a sour beer fan might like this, but I'm hesitant on it at the moment. All right. Flipping over to the Brewdog. Head's gone on both. They're both pretty uncarbonated, I would say. So I'm kind of getting why they may have put it in a big old barrel. In fact, they did. I'm not accusing them of lying. I'm just saying it's great marketing. This is definitely less sour, and it has a more complicated malt profile. So I think if they were going for a sour, they tread lightly into it. Now they're saying it's like the Elvis Juice, their grapefruit IPA, but that's not resonating with me at all. I would say neither are hitting me strong enough with the IPA. Like you can't just put a lot of alcohol in something and then go, oh, therefore it's an IPA and a lot of hops. I sort of see what you're saying. You're ticking the high hop, high alpha acid, high alcohol content, so therefore it's an IPA. But I think on both cases, this is not an IPA. This is just a sour. You've gone for a grapefruit zest. These guys have gone for malt. These guys have eased off on it, and they've gone for like more legit sour, I would say. And one more hit each. Okay, I'm gonna render a verdict. If you are in the UK or if you're in the USA, if you like Tang Fastics, if you like sour soothers, that's your winner. It's definitely sour. I think it's questionable whether it screams grapefruit or not. Here, they've leaned toward more malt. So much so that it almost has a maple syrup vibe to it. And being Canadian, that is cool for me. So this is going to lose points. They're both going to lose points on accuracy, but that might be a little bit closer. But neither of them. Like a grapefruit is genuinely sour, and neither of these truly hit sour grapefruit. Neither, I would say. All right, so let's rate. This is weird. I've never rated two at the same time. That's going to be difficult. I almost feel like I need a piece of paper and a pen, which I rarely have, except I do happen to have it right now. Okay, let's do this. The Siren. Pens that work are different things, aren't they? All right, this is turning into a bit of a disaster. I just want a pen that works. Remember we used to use pens all the time. I can't do pens. Every single screen has something on it. All right. Well, Siren, enough faffing. Siren, I'm going to give it on accuracy, I'm going to give it a 2. And on uniqueness, 3. In terms of the can, it's beautiful. 4 and 3 is a 7 total on packaging. So now we're at 12, which is my lowest Siren so far. Let's put that side by side with Brewdog's Grapefruit Graceland. And we have got, probably on accuracy, I'm not sure it's closer, but I might be a little closer. I'm going to match it. 2 and 3. On art, I actually think that's quite clever to have an upside down label and stick another label over the top. It's obviously intentional. It got my attention in the shop. So you get a 4 on art. Your value for money is lower though, given I don't think I'm getting extra value for it. Packaging wise, so choice where I got less, I'm going to give you 2. So that puts you at 11 versus 12. The Siren's just edging out at the moment. However, the Siren, I'm giving it a 6. Maybe I don't know. Maybe a 6. Which is going to put it at an 18 total. And this is Siren week. I should be favoring them, but I'm not. And the Overworks, which I was told I wouldn't like, I'm disagreeing with. I think if you want a slight sour, this is super opinionated. A slight sour, and you wanted that, it's probably sacrilege, but I'm going to give that an 8. Which is going to bring it to a 19 versus an 18. So, hey, Siren lovers, I've been praising you all week about every single beer I've ever had. And people who like to be divisive about Brewdog, I guess I'm causing a stir. I am calling Grapefruit Graceland as the winner in this case over the Siren POMPELMOCELLO. You get points for the cool name though. So, well done Brewdog on that one. It's weird, but that's the winner. If you disagree, or if you can even watch this video, because I'm still getting complaints from YouTube about my streaming speed, throw in the comments, or just say, hey, your streaming speed sucked, Steve. Buy a new internet. Put that in the comments too. Thanks for watching. This has been kind of fun. I'm going to try and do some head-to-heads, but I don't know why the internet has sucked so bad. Last time I did it live, it rocked. My name's Steve Jaguar. It just came back. It just came back and told me my connection was